Good evening, truth seekers. I am your host, Carter Concrete, and this is the Concrete Briefing. Tonight, we are deconstructing a monumental, unfiltered, high-stakes reality of Mike Epps. This was far more than a standard celebrity interview. It was a tactical negotiation. Before the cameras even rolled, the atmosphere was charged with a palpable history, a confrontation in the making. Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps arrived with unfinished business, a metaphorical fade that was not avoided, but rather redirected into a sophisticated and powerful conversation regarding the essence of brotherhood. In the high-stakes arena of modern entertainment, transparency is the new currency. When Epps confronted Sharpe regarding the Cat Williams effect, he was not merely defending his personal brand. He was performing a defensive maneuver for the entire ecosystem of professional comedy. Why did this tension exist? Epps perceived the previous Cat Williams interview as a fundamental breach of the comedic vault. He argued that the platform was being utilized to set him up for public disparagement. To understand this friction, we must look at the linguistic roots of these men, which trace back to the street-level survivalism of the American Midwest. Epps, a native of Indiana, and Williams from Cincinnati, utilize a language of roasting that functions simultaneously as a lethal weapon and necessary shield. To truly comprehend the trajectory of Mike Epps, we must examine the hard facts of his sacrifice. This is a narrative of grit that rivals any cinematic thriller. Imagine a man who, fueled by a singular vision, endured a 7-day bus journey from New York to Los Angeles simply to pursue a dream. This is not a sterilized Hollywood fairy tale. It is a raw account of real-life survival. At his lowest point, Epps was sleeping on the floor of fellow comedian Red Grant's apartment. During this era, he was managed by an individual known as Baby Looney, a man Epps described as a straight gang member. This environment provided the volatile backdrop for his eventual rise. Mike Epps' ascension to the role of Day-Day in the film. Next Friday served as the definitive pivot point for the entire Friday franchise. When the original co-star, Chris Tucker, abdicated the role due to deeply held personal and religious convictions, a massive vacuum was created in the industry. Many insiders believed this void could never be filled. Epps did not just step into a role. He stepped into a legacy. The story takes a dramatic, almost Shakespearean turn here. On the very day of his final career-defining audition for Ice Cube, Epps attended the funeral of his friend and manager, Baby Looney. The psychological weight of that moment cannot be overstated. He transitioned directly from a scene of mourning to the high-pressure environment of the audition room. He didn't just perform a script. He channeled the raw, unadulterated energy of his environment into a character. This performance did more than launch a career. It effectively saved a multi-million-dollar franchise. Now, let us analyze the deeper cultural history at play. Epps frequently references the crab-in-a-barrel syndrome. In a sociological context, Epps utilizes this term to describe a persistent, plantation-style mentality that he believes continues to haunt the black community within the entertainment industry. His argument is poignant. When one individual rises, there is often a collective, reactionary urge to pull them back down, a behavior he views as a direct derivative of historical slavery. We must view Epps as a cultural historian of the urban experience. He posits that a black audience possesses a distinct comedic palette, laughing from a place of shared struggle. He articulates the concept of the tears of a clown, the sobering reality that a comedian must frequently inhabit a dark, psychological space to generate light and laughter for others. Observe his mastery of communication. Epps seamlessly weaves formal, professional language with street vernacular. This is code switching utilized as a sophisticated survival mechanism. For Epps, network television appearances are merely commercials for his true artistic passion, the raw, unfiltered stage of stand-up comedy. This brings us to the action-oriented segment of our briefing, the rivalry with Kevin Hart. Epps candidly admits to taking it to Hart when Hart, a man who once served as his opening act, surpassed him in the global business hierarchy. The core of Epps' argument is a distinction between show and business. He concludes that while he mastered the show, heart mastered the business. This realization was not a breaking point. Rather, it served as a catalyst, putting a fire under him and necessitating a return to his fundamental roots. The narrative darkens as Epps explores his personal battles with addiction and survivor's remorse. Following the astronomical success of Next Friday, he found himself back in Indiana, gripped by a profound guilt for leaving his social circle behind. This emotional turbulence led to a period of cocaine use, a mind trick facilitated by the sudden onset of fame and the isolation it can bring. As we conclude this briefing, we look at the contemporary Mike Epps. He has transitioned into a real estate mogul, strategically purchasing the very houses from which he was once evicted. He is a father of 7, dedicated to providing a paternal example he never personally witnessed. Mike Epps is a living testament to longevity. He internalized the vital counsel of Ice Cube. It's a marathon, not a sprint. He has navigated the treacherous waters of industry gatekeepers, those who protect their own positions by restricting the flow of opportunity. In his dialogue with Shannon Sharpe, Epps expressed a singular profound desire. He wants his name to be good. He seeks to exit the industry unscathed and alive. I am Carter Concrete. This has been the Concrete Briefing. Stay solid.